Right, you know what make me hungry? You just be wanting to fight people. Yo, it's BlakGoldie from California, and I'll really be in the studio, like, in real life. I have a different experience because, for one, I'm a girl, and then two, I grew up in a very privileged neighborhood. I'm from the suburbs, so it's pretty dope. I feel like I have a different view of LA. Growing up, I grew up in a mostly black, well, Carson in its whole is a very diverse city. We have like Polynesian community, Filipino community, black, white, pretty much anybody you can think of, but it's also one of the most segregated cities in the whole United States. So Del Amo is a part of Carson, which is pretty much everybody's black. So like my teachers were black, the cops were black, the city was black. So I just grew up in like a black utopia, pretty much, middle class. I've been writing since at least 5th grade. I remember writing my first rap in 5th grade, but recording about 5 years now. I don't know exactly what got me into writing, but it was just always kind of in me somewhere. I just remember being in school, elementary school, and always when there's like a project or like a public speaking assignment, I'm always like, let's do a rap. Like it always was just, my friends like, again? Like, yeah, again. One of my friends, her name is Nisha Santana, shout out to her. She got me in the studio for the first time. She linked up with this dude named Jack who runs the Home Run Studio. She just booked the session and was like, you say you're a rapper, come through. I showed up and it's like I haven't left since. It was just dope. Like I sucked, like my first recordings are like terrible. They're awful, but I couldn't stop doing it, and then I ended up linking up with Jag and getting an internship, and I learned how to engineer and how to produce through him. So I kind of just started my journey right there. I do, it's not the worst, but I have an awkward experience. One of my recent studio sessions, with drummer BZ at the, it's embarrassing. It was drummer BZ at Slapper Japper Studios in downtown LA. I booked like a 12-hour session. It was my first time booking that big of a block. And I forgot to put on deodorant. So like, after the first song, I'm all sweaty and I stink like the rest of the 12-hour block. Nobody said anything, but I know I stank. Not usually engineers. I typically know who I'm going into the studio with. I get kind of like random like DMs or hit ups like, oh, pull up to the studio, and I just kind of feel, it feels awkward and it feels forced, and being a girl, a female, it's like dangerous to just show up places by myself. So I tap into my intuition and I don't really fall for anything. My favorite is probably the Home Run, just because it feels like home base to me. It's where I got my start. I feel like I should spend my money with people who've invested in me. So honorable mentions, of course I love recording with Joel. We made a banger in real life, like in real time we made a banger. It was crazy. Slapper Japper Studio was dope. That's pretty much, yeah, those are my top 3 right there. Probably the first time I linked up with Rap Sessions. Again, it was at Slapper Japper Studio. It was literally my first time rapping with anybody outside of my little bubble. It was really weird. I had a panic attack. I was getting ready to leave, but I kind of stayed and I just waited till everybody got done doing their verses. They were making a female mixtape. There's probably about 20 other women there. I waited till everybody got done. It ended up being really late, and I was probably the last person to record that night, and we came up with a pretty dope song. And I think just me coming out of my bubble and finally, you know, breaking that glass ceiling for myself, it really it changed the way that I am in the studio. I'm able to just rap in front of anybody now. Not like on the spot, chill out. But like definitely you can set up a mic in a room and I won't be terribly shy to rap. It made me stronger as an artist. It made me more aware of being able to, of my networking abilities. I think that's really the hardest part for me, actually getting close to people and, you know, finding like my community as a rapper is really difficult for me. So I tend to be by myself a lot, but having that opportunity with Rap Sessions, it expanded my world quite a bit. Shout out to Nash and DJ GammaRay. And Lucky B's not with Rap Sessions, but Lucky B put me onto that. With music, obviously I want to be the biggest there ever existed. I want to influence the world. I want to change the culture. I want to be remarkable. Outside of music, I want to be able to take care of my family. I have this idea of a compound where it's like a neighborhood and my family just lives in the same neighborhood that I built. I want to create a space where women and girls can learn how to engineer and produce, because it's not many of them in this world, especially the world of hip hop. I definitely want like a statue of me in Carson somewhere, like the queen of Delamo. Like, I don't know how. I have this idea of like a grocery store too. It's not too many Black-owned grocery stores. You know, food deserts and things like that. I want to be able to take care of that community. I didn't grow up in Watts, but I went to church in Watts, and I have lots of family in Watts, over in Nickerson Gardens area. And I remember going to church and then after church being like, why they ain't got no grocery stores over here? Like, it's like I could put some food over here and then people might calm down a little bit, maybe, or maybe not, but I'm pretty sure food is definitely needed everywhere. Just dropped a single called Outstanding, produced by Twan the Producer. It samples the song Outstanding by Gap Band. I'm kind of on a new wave. I'm playing with the auto-tune. Actually, I fuck with auto-tune heavy, but I'm also rapping too, and it's kind of a new sound. It's a new direction I'm going into, as well as, I don't want to say I have a project, but I have a project. I have a project that I've been working on at least 1.5 years now, and I'm sort of kind of putting it together. It's not concrete yet, but it's definitely coming up. Shout out to Tox Femme. That's my label, that's my brand that I'm building up. Shout out to Chanelica, shout out to Bobby Lex. Those are my sisters and my right hand and my left hand, and they support BlakGoldie in every way possible. What's up? This is BlakGoldie. Just finished my interview with In The Studio. It was a dope experience. Don't forget to check out JOELONTHETRACK and support everything that he has going. And I'll really be in the studio.
Till I'm a boulevard, yeah, the chucks don't tell far. Put my looks on, nigga, I'm a West Coast star. Never say that I'm weak, I'ma show you who we are. Any day, get a week, yeah, I got 100 bars. Divine intervention, yeah, the God in here present. Got the mob